Hope you're having a good day. So the topic of today's video is self-love. So what is it? So the reason why I decided to talk about it, because I feel like these days we are bombarded with messages about how important it is to self-love. Not only on Instagram, Facebook, there's so many books about it. Everyone talks about it. But when it comes to the actual execution and to actually feeling self-love, we just find it so difficult. Why is that? When I ask someone, why should you love yourself? The first answer usually is, because I deserve it. Okay, that's absolutely fine. But why do you feel you deserve it? And when I keep asking those questions, not just to be difficult, but the reason is that if your brain cannot work out the reason why you should self-love, it's just not going to work. It's just going to be a mantra you are repeating in your mind without actually understanding why. So then when I ask, why do you deserve it? So that usually meets with a response, well, I'm a kind person, I'm a wonderful mother, I do so much for my children, I care for my husband, I'm kind, and that's all great. But then I'd ask, okay, but what about the days when you're not those things? What about the days when you just want time for yourself? When you feel selfish? When you haven't done so much for your family? On those days, are you not lovable? Or what about the past? When you've slipped out? When you were not so kind? When you didn't have a family? When you couldn't say you were a wonderful mother, you were not lovable on those days in the past? So that's the problem. And then somebody might say, well, I should love myself because I am special. Okay, that's fine. But isn't everybody special? I mean, there is only one of us on this planet Earth and everybody is unique and different. So isn't everybody special? And that kind of means that no one is special. And the problem is, like, some of us do feel a little bit more special. They have better genetics, they are more funnier, they are more wittier, they're smarter. And that feels they actually do have, a better go at life. And does that mean they are more lovable? So the problem with self-love is that if you start to say that I deserve it because I'm kind and I'm empathetic, I'm a good mother, is that basing self-love on these traits invites comparison with a person of who you think you should be or with someone else. And that's, I feel, it's a broken model. I've read a very interesting interview with the love expert. I think his name was Matthew Hussey. And he came up with this, I thought, brilliant new model for how to understand self-love. And I totally agree with it, and I'm going to share it here with you. So, I think he said the problem is that we try to understand self-love as the romantic love, as a feeling of we feel when we fall in love with somebody else. And ask yourself, why do we fall in love with somebody else, with people? It's because they are mysterious. It's because we want to learn so much about them, because it's new and you feel this rush of hormones and excitement. And the opposite of that is a phrase, familiarity breeds contempt. And if you think about it, who is the person you spend most of your time with? Who is the person you spend every second of your life with? It's you. So when you think about it, you are the person you are always with. And obviously, you hate the abuse you make on yourself. You don't like how you speak to yourself in your mind. But you are the person that you are never going to leave. So that's why it's just we shouldn't be understanding self-love as the romantic feeling and expected to feel it in the same way as you love your partner, as you fall in love. So it's time to look at other models of self-love. So if you look at parents, for example, if you ask a parent, why do you love your child? I can tell you, pretty much no one of them will say, oh, because they are pretty, because they're funny, they have good braids, and they will illustrate. No, they will look at you as you are a crazy person and ask and say, what are you talking about? I love my child because they are my child. Because they are my child. The same. Why do you love your sister? Why do you love your brother? And you're not going to list traits because they're funny, they're pretty, they're successful in life. You love your brother because they're yours. And that's the clue to self-love. The way we need to look at self-love is to look at it as in a way that you have to love yourself because it's you, because you are yours. Out of 8 billion people on the planet Earth, the only person who is responsible for taking care of you is you. To the some point of your life, it was your parents' jobs, and they might have done a better or a worse job. But there came a day when it became your responsibility to take care of you, of this human. So when next time you are going to ask yourself, why should I love myself? I'm not this or that or whatever. You should love yourself because you are your human. You are giving one job to take care of that human. And that's the reason. And also, another thing is, we need to start to look at self-love not as a feeling, but as an action. You should not expect to feel this rush of, the hormones and the happy feeling, like when you just someone met, when you just fall in love with somebody. No, you should see self-love as an action towards yourself, as standing up for yourself, taking care of yourself, making time for yourself, putting nutritious food into your body. Look at food as something that makes you alive, that gives you the energy, the vitality. That's the reasons, that's how we should look at self-love, as an action, as an approach, not as a feeling. And you know what? The thing is, you don't even have to like yourself right now to love yourself. Self-love should come first before liking each other. And then, when you see self-love as an action and you nurture it, and you nurture your body, you nurture your mindset, you nurture your soul, your spirit, then you're going to start liking yourself more and more. So that's how we should look at self-love. That's how you self-love. To look after yourself, to take care of the one human you are responsible for, and that is you. So on that note, I'm going to leave you. Please drop a comment if you agree with this model or not. It's not my model. As I said, I've read an interview with the famous love expert Matthew Hussey, and I thought that was just so inspiring and brilliant. I decided to share it with you. So drop a comment if you agree. Do you self-love? Do you like yourself? And if not, what do you feel should be that one action you take now, you take today, to move into your self-love area and a gratitude. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and I'll see you back soon. Bye.